14, bring the 5 down.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, you don't really know. So you're like, all right, well, what's 36 times 4? 144. 36 times 5 is 180.
Because you
So,
get is 144, and then you have a remainder of 1.
yes, exactly. Okay. Now the instructor is very clear. Like, now that I see this, your quiz, like the instructor is so adamant that you will do checking of every single problem. And we really, now that I see that, it's like, okay, well, we should be doing that on every single problem. So, you've done that here. It's 274 times 36.
Yeah.
And then you add 1. So let's look at that here. So let me just look at the rest of your quiz and see that. So you got the ordering right, you got the absolute value right, and explaining problems. Okay. So I mean, this is it. I mean, this is truly it. It's just
the division
and then this multiplication part here.
Mm-hmm.
So do you
I'm
have
going
any?
to take that test soon, so.
Okay, this is the first quiz that you've seen with this instructor.
Yeah, first test.
First
quiz.
First quiz. Okay. Yeah. So what this shows me is the style, and the instructor wants you to divide and then check, divide and then check. Okay. So rather than do these problems, let me just find a new problem for us to do.
Okay.
Because unless do you need to turn in corrections?
No.
Okay. So let's go 28 into 5,937. Okay. This is the type of question you just saw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how many times does 28 go into 59? And we don't know. I'm sorry?
3 times?
Well, you don't guess. You don't guess. Like I know probably the way I said that is like, hey, go ahead and guess. You do want to multiply. So what is 28 times 2?
28 times 2, 56.
56, good. And 28 times 3. Can you tell me that one? And if you need to, go vertical, go. But this is where you got to get faster. You got to be like, all right, it's
because
24.
vertical is easier for me.
Yeah, and please do. And that's where I'm wanting you to write it down, as fast as you can.
$81.
3 times 8 is 24. You're putting a 4 down. 2 carry of 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Add the 2.
Yeah.
So should
84.
be 84. Good.
84. Oh yeah, I just wrote that wrong.
Okay. All right. So what number goes above the 9?
What number goes above the 9?
Yes.
2.
2. 2 times 28 is 56. You subtract, you get a 3, and you bring the 3 down.
Yeah, 33. It can go in once.
Okay, we already have that. So 28, subtract 57.
It can go in twice.
Twice, agreed. With the remainder of
1.
1. Okay, so now you get the job of checking this.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to take 212 and you're going to multiply it by 28.
Okay. Yeah, I did it.
Okay. And did you get
I got
5,936?
Yep.
And you had 5,937. Good. Okay. Let's try another one here. So let's go 53 into 1,297. Nope, that's too big. Let me do something different. Let's go 16. Okay, so try 16 times 1. That's obviously 16. So that's bigger than 12. So we need to get up to 129. And that's where you've got to take a guess. Like you can't just go up by 1 each time. It's too slow. So you need to sort of estimate where you think that would be.
I'm gonna guess 4.
Okay, 16 times 4. That ends up being 64. So still pretty small, but we know something. 129 is about double 64. So you might try 16 times 8, which is, I'll let you do it.
128.
It's 128. And then 16 times 9 is 144. So now we know what number to put.
It's 8.
It's 8. 8 times 16 is 128.
Oh. Can go in once. Okay. 16, it's 1, remainder 1.
Okay, so remainder of 1 again. So I want you to show that your check here. I want you to work that out for me, please.
Okay. Okay. Yep, that's what I've got.
Good. Go and add it up. And then you add 1.
Yep.
Okay, great. So let's do one more. And I'm actually going to have you try this one on your own. If we do this, we'll move on to something else.
Yeah.
What numbers are you trying with 21 to get to 172?
So I tried, since trying to get to 172, I tried 21 times 5, which is 105.
Good. So it's a little bit higher than that.
And I tried 27. Oh, 27. That's why. 21.
So I think I'm hearing that sometimes it's good for you to verbalize what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay, you can go in 9 times.
So what is 21 times 8?
21 times 8.
Yeah. All right. So you're saying it goes in perfectly 9 times?
Well, no, I don't say. I'm not saying that. That was a guess.
Okay.
Um,
So, oh, I see. So you tried 9 next. I got it. Okay. So 189 is too large.
yeah, so it would be 8, which is 168.
Yes. All right. Good. Keep going. You're almost there.
Um, what?
What do you try to verbalize what you're struggling with? Because you're
Oh no, I
fair.
just messed. I just made it too scribbled so that I couldn't even read it. So
Okay.
I'm trying to subtract 102, and that because you can get it times 4, 84. Okay, so I got that. Okay,
What is the final number?
what I got is 184, and the remainder.
Whoa, hang on. Isn't it 21 into 42?
Oh, right. Huh. That's funny. Yeah, right. That's why. 4. Yeah, because I wrote a 2 instead of the 8, and that got me off thrown.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it should just be a 2.
Yeah. So you get 182.
And what's the remainder?
0.
Good. Good. Okay. So this is something I noticed here on your last question here. If I put something like this into, and I asked you to do this, is this 21 divided by 450 or 450 divided by 21?
450 divided by 21.
How do you know? Like, I want you to tell me your own words. Yes, this is correct. This is
Well,
wrong.
I know, because what I usually think of is that the way that you put the 45 in the box, I think of it as the opposite way of that. So
Okay.
basically, if it's 450 divided by 21, I
Yes.
know 21 is going to go on the outside of the box and 450 is going to go on the inside of the box.
Yes, and I agree with you. I'm glad you said it that way because it really is the number inside the box comes first. It has nothing to do whether it's bigger or smaller. Okay,
Yeah.
so
But it's usually bigger. Usually.
let's talk about that because that's kind of an interesting thing here. Do you know what 1/2 is as a decimal?
As a decimal,
One
no.
half, 0.5.
Oh, 0. Uh-huh.
Okay, now this right here is 1 divided by 2. So which
Yeah.
number goes inside, which number goes outside?
Um, the 1 goes inside and the 2 goes outside.
And see how 2 does not go into 1,
Mm-hmm.
but it does go into 10. How many times does it go into 10?
8 or 5. Oh,
Five,
5. Sorry.
5 times. So it is not always true, and you don't want to do that. You definitely don't. It has nothing to do with whether the number is bigger or smaller. It has to do with the ordering.
Yeah, but usually, if the problems that I'm doing right now.
Yeah, but that, I mean, that's going to change. It's going to
Yeah.
change really quickly. Okay. So let me grab this last question. And I want you to tell me what's dividing what. So when you look at all this work here, what's dividing what? There's a lot of numbers here.
What's dividing?
Yeah,
What?
basically like what goes in the first position, what goes in the second position.
First position would be 809. Second position would be 17.
Yes, that's perfect. Now, when you write this in words, you have to use the first number. You have to say 809 is divided by 17. The order matters.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like the way you wrote it is you had it in reverse.
Yeah, I guess. Oh,
And
yeah,
and
that's true.
and the order does matter. It really does. Like sometimes it doesn't, but many times it does. Do you play any sports?
No, I don't.
You don't. Did you go to your Lego club today?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And if you've ever built Legos, there's instructions that go with the Legos, right?
Yeah.
And
And if
like
you do it in some random order, it's
it
not going to
doesn't
make
work. Now,
sense.
sometimes you can jump ahead or you look ahead a little bit, but inevitably you have to do them,
Yeah.
in the order. And that's what we're talking about here. Okay. Now, another thing that I noticed in this quiz is almost every problem starting at question 1 was in this format. Let me snip it in here so you can see it. It's what's in here is you do a problem and then what do you do right after the problem?
The inverse.
You check it with the
Check.
inverse. Okay. Now, there's a few things that were not on this quiz that I think you might see in upcoming test or quiz. There was no story problem.
Yeah, like tomorrow there's going to be because I have a test
You got a
tomorrow.
test tomorrow. So there's definitely going to be a story problem on your test tomorrow. What are
Yeah.
some other problems? We've been doing some order of operations problems.
Yeah.
None of those were on this quiz. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What else have we been doing? We did some estimation.
Yeah, there's going to be some estimation, order of operations, and story problems all going to be on the test.
Yeah. And we even did some stuff with graphs, right? We did ordered,
Yeah, that's
ordered
going to be on the
pairs.
test as well.
Yeah. Now, out of these 4, which do you feel like you're not the best at? Which one are you weakest at?
Probably. Weirdly estimation, because there's just a couple things that I'm having a little bit of trouble with an estimation out of those.
So we did some problems like this last time, but let's do it now. So let's say you wanted to round this to the nearest 10.
Okay.
Okay. So what I suggested is you go and you look at that 10 digit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you write it with a 0 next to that.
Yeah. Because it's above.
And then you add 10.
Yeah.
Okay. And so these are your 2 possibilities. Now to decide whether it goes down or it goes up, you look at the digit to the right of it.
If it's 5 or above, it goes up. If it's 4 or below, it goes down.
Okay, so what does this round to when it's the nearest 10?
Round to 90. Or, sorry, 200.
Yeah, and see, there's only one right answer. You don't get any credit for being, partially right. So you got to be really, really careful that, hey, got it. All right, let's look at another one here.
Okay. Also, did my mom show you what my homework is that was assigned today? Or
No, this is all I got. I mean, I think this is good for us to be going through.
And this isn't like that much. It's just saying to use Rocket Math. That's all they're saying is to log into Rocket Math and do a problem.
All right, so let's go to the nearest 100 this time. So
that would be 800.
Yeah, so there's and if you're not sure, you just add. So it's 25,800, 25,700 down and up. Which one? You kind of already said it, but I like
800.
Yeah. Okay, let's try another one here. Let's go 4,953. Let's go to the nearest 1,000. I want you to try this one on your own, please.
5,000?
Yes. Good. All right. Okay, just a real quick order of operations.
Okay.
Try this one for me, please.
Three.
Yes. Okay, and let's just do one more. This will be our last question, most likely.
Okay. 25.
So you have to multiply before you add. What is 1 times 5?
5. 4 plus 1 is.
No. You have to multiply before you add. You have to, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. So 5 times 1 is 5. And then add 4 is 9.
Good. This is super critical on the right, is that you remember you multiply and divide before adding and subtracting.
Yeah.
All right. Great job today, August. You're wonderful to work with. If you have time, please review your notes, and I think you'll do a lot better on your test tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, Claire, are you there? Do you have a?
I am here. Okay. August
Yeah.
really had to run to the bathroom. I'm here.
Oh, good. He can always just go. Please, like this isn't. He should just tell me he needs to get up and.
Okay. It's hard without the visuals, so I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Let me just stop recording for a moment.